you have landed on planet EDM. With transportation provided by Cube World Media, come explore a place where the difficult takes a day and the impossible takes a week. Your one-stop shop for live media, events, and music. This is the portal where we delve deeper into the soul of EDM culture to bring to life a world that is unique to itself, where the possibilities are endless and the opportunities are plentiful. Welcome. You have now entered the matrix of Cube World Media. Here is your host, Kevin Maxwell.
Hello, this is Kevin Maxwell, your host of Cube World Media Podcast, and I have here our guest, Wendell, also known as DJ T.A.B.U. Welcome, Wendell.
Thank you. Good to be here. Always at Cube World Media headquarters here.
It's a pleasure. We're here broadcasting live from Huntington Beach, California, one of our studios throughout the country. And we're here on the first of many podcasts to come from Cube World Media to give you an idea a little bit about what we're doing, where we're going, our direction, my vision, your vision, our artists' visions, our staff and contractors' visions, and our goals with Cube World Media.
Beautiful.
So I would like to say, it's a pleasure, working with you. Have finally came to found someone professional, like-minded, skilled, articulate, on time, does what he says and shows up all the time, even early, late. You're always with the program. So I love that about you, Wendell. And I just want to say to the viewers, it's a pleasure kicking this off with you and working with you thus far. And I look forward to a lot of big things we're doing in the future. So maybe we'll recap a little bit. Let's tell them about the event you just headlined right now at the Parisian Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. Shout out to Nico Santucci. Thank you very much.
That's right.
Tell us, how was the event? Tell us what the event was, how it sort of came together, and tell the viewers a little bit of our story.
Yeah, the event was amazing. It was for the ICC, the Intercontinental Chamber of Commerce, 40th year anniversary. And, we really, truly brought together the commerce with entrepreneurship, media, content creation, entertainment, using electronic dance music and EDM, house, and drum and bass to bring everything together as a glue and bring us into the current and push us into the future. So it was a phenomenal event there at the Parisian Palace. Amazing backdrop there with all of the
exotic cars,
all the exotics and supercars.
Yeah, the special edition Lamborghini there, right? What kind was it?
Was it the Aventador?
Yeah. They had the SVJ, and then they had the Lamborghini Diablo.
Yes, the Yakuza.
The Yakuza edition.
Yes.
Sweet.
Oh yes. And not to mention the Super Formula, which was pointed out to me by my boy Typer.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So that was pretty wild, but just an amazing setting for all the different walks of people, all the different backgrounds, all the different, locations that they're coming from to bring us together, to be able to find out ways that we can work together, find out ways that we can co-create. And the energy was through the roof, and it just brought us all up and took us to another place.
It sure did, and you and I were discussing it beforehand and manifesting the potential and sort of formulating the idea that, many people thought was crazy or may not work or sounded weird, but ended up being exactly what business and EDM needed, which was a perfect mesh of cultures, of art, of music, of business, and of media in general, not just EDM. We reached far beyond that to hip hop cultures, to rock cultures. People were playing the piano there, grand pianists. I mean, people were really feeling the vibe of the music and the mood, and they absolutely loved it. So
amazing food by the chef, and of course we had the magician there.
Shout out to Platinum Bites.
That's right.
And Valerie's magician. Thank you.
Oh yes. So it was a phenomenal event. It was everything that we envisioned and more. So
it was wonderful, and we even got a moment with all 5 of the DJs and us on the stage, being able to dance and play and almost do like a 5-6 person back to back, all hitting a different piece of the deck. So
there you go.
That was super nice. We were able to show a serious community, a business community, a 40-year-old chamber of very well established, connected international individuals what bass music was, what house music was, what EDM was, and how we could control the mood and elevate the tempo of the party throughout. That way it could be an enjoyable networking event, but yet still be fun for everyone to dance, to joke around, to be lighthearted. And I think that mix is really what opened up the event, made everyone feel comfortable.
Exactly. You know, it was really amazing, the soundscape created by, you know, Rick Rose and by DJ Trouble, Carrie Keller, DJ Miyuki, and myself. And really looking back on it the next day, just the broad variety, you know, from deep to super rough and edgy, like it was amazing. It really just worked out exactly as it was supposed to.
Yeah, I loved it. The plan of intermixing the EDM genres and music, I think, was great, because you had, you know, certain types of people that liked the house more, certain people that came running to the drum and bass when you were on.
Yep.
And so you've seen the different crowds of people. Then in the edgy stuff, you've seen the hip hop people and all them come by. They thought it was cool. So it was nice to see the different communities all come together under one roof, and they loved it. And
that's right.
From what I've seen, I mean, a lot of business deals were getting made, right, at the event.
Indeed. A lot of collaborations, a lot of co-creation. You know, that's what the moment was really about.
Yeah. And we had some quite interesting people there. We had a up-and-coming Secretary of State there. We had tequileros from Mexico, from 4 generations of tequila distilleries. We had people from the CIA, the FBI, DEA, retired, current. So it was just a beautiful mix of people, as well as we had some Las Vegas royalty and classics there, like Dino. Right. Shout out to Dino.
Big ups, Dino.
He was a great life of the party.
Yes, indeed.
And,
indeed.
You know, it was a great showcase, and it opened the doors now for us to Meow Wolf, to Area 15, to other mansions, to boats, to places on the East Coast, to other yachts. So now the reach is growing, and I feel a lot of energy with it, and I'm excited to take that energy with you and take it to the next level.
That's right.
So maybe tell some of the viewers some of the plans that we have as a Cube World Media to take this vision to the next level.
Yeah, definitely coming up with the Meow Wolf takeover in the near future. See if we can tie that in with the Bitcoin conference and, you know, bring them into that space, connect it with Cube World. And also, you know, there's the retired World War II battleship.
Yeah, well,
of course.
Out here in Newport, we're going to be throwing really cool events.
That's right. You know, we're in talks with Guadalajara to bring events down there to them. Yeah. And, you know, of course, you have the showroom in Vegas. Yeah. We can hold events, and in Houston,
big time.
Right. There's talks with Miami.
Miami wants to get going.
And Australia,
Dave Clare's really excited. I talked to him today.
That's right. Yeah. And potentially Dubai.
Yeah.
And everything in between. That's right. And so everything in between.
The beautiful thing is the ICC and the Chamber is on all 7 continents. So they have a vast reach, and they have a lot of people high ups in the government, the media, and the tech, and the finance sector, and real estate. And these people are loving what we're doing, and we're going to be supporting their chamber and supporting global commerce and empowering our communities and empowering business all through art and music and electronic dance music culture.
Exactly. And creating that media that helps everybody shine.
That too. Let's put a little spotlight on some of the artists, you know, the content, the videos, drones, the entourage, the pulling up, the place, the backdrop. That's all great marketing materials for all of our artists and people within us to get more gigs, more jobs, and more opportunities to showcase their art and music.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what I love about it. You know, I feel like we're really pioneering, especially for Orange County, a community, and it's now spread. It's all going like wildfire, already to Nevada, Houston, other places.
That's right.
So our goal eventually is, you know, to take this and copy and paste it in other major cities across the country, so all artists could have a creative place they call home, almost like a WeWork style of setup where we could all mutually benefit and interrelate with each other. And that's where our ultimate goal is to help out our community, our artists, and ourselves to create more art so that everyone can enjoy it.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm really excited for all that. And now we have the videographers with the drones. Shout out to Jesse. Nick also as well, and Kyle. Thank you very much. So, and Alex did a great job.
Phenomenal
Alex
with
Payne,
the podcast.
Shout outs to Purpose Over Pleasure podcast.
That's right. Big ups. Check him out.
Big Al. So, I'm excited. I see a lot of potential, a lot of collaborations. Just yesterday, who do we have here in the studio with us?
We had Jimmy from Future Studios OC. Sat down and talked about how we can create some things together to help, elevate local DJs and take them to a higher level, both on the technical, the performance, and just build that confidence and create media for them as well.
Exactly. So we're going to be collaborating with Future Studios. Shout out to Jimmy as well.
That's right.
And a good friend of Wendell's, a friend of my friends, and a guy with very similar vision. So we look forward to the potential collaborations and the opportunities that are going to come out of that, and us bouncing off each other's synergy to create even more opportunities.
Exactly.
So, and while feeding the local media, DJ, in particular producer community, and then being able to have those people that we train and bring up and help and grow headline at our events and other events all over the country as well.
That's right.
Yeah. So
and really just build a community and build a community in a way that brings a lot of heart to the scene.
Yes.
The scene has a lot of heart as it is, but we just want to continue that and
bring
support
that soul,
that.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that because, I feel like a lot of people have lost touch of that, lost touch of the plur, lost touch of the underground, lost touch of, and they just know the commercialized big festivals, and that's it.
Right.
So for us to bring that old school back, where you started raving and I later on started, and that underground stereotype, the parachute suits and the track jackets and no phones and just crazy hair and colors and all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And on the beads, the candy kids, remember all the just dialed up, everyone was a candy kid.
That's right.
So I love that stuff, and going back in rave culture, you go back 30 plus years, right?
Since 30 years.
30
since 95,
years,
yeah. 94, 95 started,
started
raving. Yeah, just
even
about.
30, wow.
Yep,
So triple OG.
Yeah, got into house music and the rest was history.
Never looked back.
That's it.
And
I decided that I wanted to be a DJ, got the inspiration from an old friend, DJ Kid, out of CIA, Characters in Action, Party Crew. Big ups to the CIA fam.
Nice.
That's right.
And what year was that? You got the inspiration?
That was 96. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And after that, I just knew at that moment, it's like, that's what I want to do. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
96, I touched my first computer, Windows 1995, the big big ones, and I was just learning how to do Word.
There you go. Yeah, you don't want to know the first computer I touched. It's like a super old Apple.
Yeah. That's so cool. So once you knew you wanted to be a DJ, what was the next step? It was 96. Then what were you doing after that?
After that, I basically, back then, the main thing was, you had to have a mixtape, right? You had to have a mixtape. So I really bared down and got my skill up to that level on the turntables to where I can make my first mixtape.
On vinyl?
Yep, on vinyl, recorded to cassette. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, right.
Tape B, tape A.
Oh, yeah. You have to have everything right. You have to have your signals right. And if you messed up, you got to start over.
Yeah.
That's it, There's no cuts, none of that. And, so I made my first mixtape and just went out, shared that with as many people as possible.
What was it? Was it house, drum and bass?
It was drum and bass.
Really?
Yes, it was.
So you've been drum and bass since day one.
House was my first love. When I started buying vinyl, I was buying house and drum and bass, a little bit of techno, a little bit of, happy hardcore, a little bit of breaks, a little bit of everything. But the core of the collection was house and drum and bass. And at a certain point, I really decided, which one do I want to focus on? And drum and bass was the one.
Nice. And what year did you realize that?
That was probably, I would say, 97, 98. Yeah. It was
really started hitting.
Yeah. And even as far as collecting vinyl, as vinyl started to get more and more expensive into 99 2000, that it made it even more so important to say like, all right, what am I going to focus on? Yeah. The cost of imports,
So back then in 97, 98, 99, were you still DJ T.A.B.U, or did you have another name?
Yep. T.A.B.U from day one.
Oh, nice.
That's it. Yes.
Nice.
That's
So it's
right.
always been T.A.B.U.
So that's a great question.
Yeah.
So the dots were actually just added in 2024, September, as I launched my artist brand with my first single, which is True Reflection featuring Layla Reich.
Yeah.
Dropped that on Sci-Fighter Recordings out here from OC. And, there's T.A.B.U is not a uncommon word, right? Or
There's
name.
other. Yeah.
Exactly. So I really wanted to have a way to move forward with T.A.B.U, but give it a touch that makes it unique. And the dots is what did it.
Nice. It differentiates you from the other T.A.B.U.
Exactly. Of course, it's a pain in the butt, but
yeah. To put them on
but it does the job.
So what does the name T.A.B.U mean? Tell me what type of depth do you have to that? What attachment? What type of character do you have to that name?
That's a great question. So T.A.B.U actually was my dad's nickname when he was a kid, since he was about 18 or so. Yes, it was.
Okay.
So essentially, I'm T.A.B.U Jr.
Nice.
And I playing around with a bunch of different names, and when I was coming up with one, and for some reason that one just really resonated. Okay. And I kept it.
Nice.
I actually didn't tell him for a lot of years, and eventually I was like, yeah, by the way, I'm using your name.
That's awesome. That's how Gucci Mane got his name too.
Really?
He got it from his father.
Okay.
His father was Big Gucci, and he took the name and just dropped the Big Gucci and became Gucci
Mane.
Is.
Wow.
And so that's how, it's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's really where it comes from. And there was also, growing up, there was always that Sade song, The Sweetest Taboo. So, that always made me think of my dad, and, to be able to carry that influence, that inspiration forward, through what I do it's an honor.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's almost like a family crest, the name,
yes,
like a heritage.
Exactly.
Yeah, then you could expound upon that and make it known everywhere now. That's the goal.
Yeah, and you definitely want to do it justice.
Yeah. So tell me about the character T.A.B.U now. Like, what is T.A.B.U about the artist, the DJ, like the persona, the story? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, for me, I'm the type of person where the music is really the foundation. It's about the music, the energy, the vibe, the quality of the sound, right? It's about crafting a sound or a journey of sounds that tell a story, through the music, through the emotions that it invokes. And to be able to create an experience, whether it be through a single or through a set, where people can feel that journey of emotions.
Nice. So your first song began the story, right? Telling a little bit of it?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that was True Reflection.
All right. Let's walk through that. Tell me a little about each one. We'll try to sort of hear the story as it goes along so the viewers could follow as you grow the story.
Yeah, well, True Reflection, is really about self-reflection more than anything, right? And it's also, for me, speaks about music.
Yes.
Right? So it's like what music does to us, how music makes us think, how music allows us to reflect on these different moments of our lives. And with that music video, it was shot in Halloween in San Diego at Sandy and B. And it being a Halloween event, I was wearing my costume, which is my T.A.B.U Halloween character, which is like a masquerade mask that lights up. And, we did the music video, and I realized, oh, wait, I didn't take the mask off. So the next single, which is Behind the Mask, basically unmasks the artist, the human that is T.A.B.U. It brings it more personal,
Nice.
I give homage to my roots in that one.
And what are your roots?
My parents actually were born and raised in Trinidad. So,
nice.
Yeah, which is West Indies, Trinidad and Tobago.
And I think you incorporate some of that into your music, right?
Exactly.
The culture, how do you do that?
With that one, I went to the steel drum. Yes, indeed. I went to the steel drum to really give honor to, my roots. And, myself, cool. I was born in St. Croix, Virgin Islands, and my parents brought us here when, I was about 4 months old.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they call me Crucian born, Yankee raised. So, yes. So, with that, I wanted to not only, unmask and show, not exactly a masked DJ.
Yeah.
However, in so doing, to show a deeper, more personal side, show the human side of the day-to-day life, so to speak, right? Really bring together like close friends and share that to, all the listeners.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you drop Behind the Mask?
So that one was dropped on SoundCloud on January 1st, and it's set up for distribution on December 31st. So, nice. So waiting for it to hit all the platforms. So everyone, you should be seeing that soon. But right now, you can check it out on SoundCloud. Just check T.A.B.U, T.A.B.U Behind the Mask, and you'll find that one.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm. And then I think you followed up Behind the Mask right after that with something else.
We have something coming.
Coming, yeah.
Yes, we do have something coming. Yeah, I'll just say that Behind the Mask is the calm before the storm. So,
yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Exactly. So we'll see. Everyone will see
some
what that looks
heavier
like.
Stuff coming.
Yeah. The core of my sound over the years, I started off with a lot of jump up, like old mid-90s, like Urban Takeover, Aphrodite, that kind of stuff.
Old school,
True Players, DJ Hype, all that stuff. And, I went through a pretty long journey through the different sounds of drum and bass and jungle. There was a while where I was really enjoying the sound of people like Ray Keith and Dread Recordings, a lot of the hard step and amen driven sounds. And, through the years, with a love for all the different subgenres, what really happened was I really moved towards some of the even harder sounds as well.
Yeah.
You were talking like people like Limewax back in the day.
Limewax, remember you showed me that?
Yes, indeed.
Super industrial,
like super heavy. People like Dylan, Technical Itch, Tech Itch, and with that coming out of what I would say maybe a darker stage, right?
What year was that?
Wow. That was maybe 2008.
Yeah.
2008.
Pendulum was just blowing up and all that.
Yeah, 2008, 2009, maybe around there.
So that's when I started listening to drum and bass. It was right around that.
Okay.
Yeah, the first EDC, I think 2007 or 8 was my first drum and bass. Yeah, I went to the bass pod.
Nice.
And I just said, wow, this is sick. I didn't want to go to the main stage.
Right,
and back then, the bass pod, you remember, it was like a couple hundred people, max, 500. Right. Like, there's no one in that. It was super underground. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was actually at the first EDC.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, way back in the day.
No way.
That's right.
Tell us about that one. How was that?
Back then I was young. I was just soaking everything in. It was like, it was a lot to take in. But I just remember there being...
What year was that? 93? Or 95?
For EDC, if I remember correctly, that was around... I want to say 96. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
So I think the 30th is coming up, right? Maybe this year.
Yeah. I guess so.
That'll be a big one.
Yeah. So, but like I said, I was just soaking it all in. It was all a lot to take in. I was just enjoying every moment.
It was up in like Central California, right?
No, it was in LA.
In LA? Yeah. The other one was in Tulare. They moved it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think then they moved it back to LA.
So I started in LA, and it was a great experience. I just remember there being like a big blow up slide, if I remember correctly. And I was like, this is dope.
Do you remember hearing about like the promoters and Pascal and all that back then, people throwing it, or how was it perceived? The party, like the head guys and all that. Like, how did you guys see it?
I'll speak about Pasquale. The cool thing about Pasquale is like he was on the streets. He was like hitting the streets and handing out flyers and doing the work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was a real beautiful thing to see him from that moment, like promoting his shows all the way to where it's grown now, to where it's all over the world.
Yeah.
So it's an inspirational story.
It is. Yeah, I was joking with him at ADE when I ran into him. He says, "Yeah, I was the hardest working flyer boy you'll ever find." He's like, "I hustled everyone."
That's right.
And Frank C, Guido, all the even Wally, the old school dudes, they told me that dude hustles. You love him or hate him, but that dude hustles.
Yeah, for years,
But you got to respect that, because being in the game that long, that many years, so much adversity as anyone be facing with that much time in, it takes a lot to keep going.
That's right.
And it takes a lot to keep being ahead of your competition, ahead of the artists, ahead of the DJs, and really create a whole world culture which has been created now.
That's right.
And so I've been, 20 years of Insomniac events, and it's amazing where it's come from 20 years ago. It's mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I used to go to the little tiny events, San Bernardino here and Glen Helen, all that. And
even in the last 15 years alone, it's just taken a turn to...
It's another world. I was at the first Beyond Wonderland ever. And I remember Paul Van Dyke was there, and Wippenberg, and all these super old school DJs. And Afrojack was just starting. Takeover Control just came out. I think it was 2010 or somewhere around there, the first Beyond. And it was at NAS, I think, but they only had a few stages, and it was maybe a quarter the size of what it is now.
Oh, yeah.
Quarter. So it's increased 400%.
That's right.
And more. And there's Beyond Chicago, there's Beyond the Gorge, there's all these other Beyonds.
That's right.
So now it's so beautiful to see what sort of a Southern California culture thing of these festivals has grown to be a worldwide phenomenon.
Exactly.
As you've seen. And statistically, the EDM business and culture is just growing and expected to grow billions of dollars every single year.
Oh, yeah.
And as you're seeing now, more and more people, corporations, investors are starting to get in the festival business in all different countries, and each country is starting to have their own specific festivals.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even back in like 95, it was a time where a lot of people didn't get it. And, we always said, it's like, this is the future of music. Like, this is the future of music. Like, we knew it back then. And to see that come full circle and come to fruition, come to light, it's just super amazing to see how it's grown and how the music now inspires so many people, and it brings together so many people, and the communities that it's created is just phenomenal.
Exactly. And what do you think about drum and bass, where it's going now, in the future with worship and what they're doing, Delta Heavy and all these guys setting a path of fire, for drum and bass artists?
I think it's beautiful to, see those artists come together and work towards bringing together more quality shows. Yeah. Right? I mean, we could always use more quality shows. That's the bottom line. So at the same time, it's also great to see the underground still flourishing. Like here we have heads like this label, we have heads like Concrete Jungle, of course. We have people holding down the underground, Momentive Recordings, shout out to Jess and my boy Aslan and the rest of the crew. And, everything from the underground to the clubs, to the festival, to the concerts, just to see everything flourishing is it's so beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, we need every piece. We need every
to the
angle.
Puzzle.
Exactly. Because
it's like an art piece, but each piece of the community and industry feeds the puzzle.
Exactly. Just like, whether it be drum and bass or house or techno or dubstep or, or hybrid trap, right? Like, like we need all of those pieces of the puzzle. Like back in the day, it was funny. It's like, oh yeah, you're a junglist, and I'd be at a house show, right? But I see someone else from the scene, like drum and bass head. They're like, oh, look at each other. It's like, what are you doing here? It's like, dude, house was my first love. It's like all the music. It's just music. It's art. We could appreciate it all. We can enjoy it all.
And I believe you do house sets too sometimes, right?
I do. Yeah, I have my house brand, which is Mr. Wendell currently. Nice. Yeah, Mr. Wendell's house. So with that, I go more on like deep progressive melodic, and techno.
Yeah.
You know, branching into, a little bit into the other subgenres, Afro, disco, who knows where, maybe some tech. But that's really the core. So that's a different playground for me. That really keeps me connected to my first love for electronic, which was house music.
And have you been Mr. Wendell as long as T.A.B.U, or after that came?
It came maybe a couple years after. So Mr. Wendell was kind of a name that I would just use when we'd have house parties. Yeah. And like a friend's birthday or whatever, we'd all get together. And if there was a flyer made, I'd say, just put Mr. Wendell. It's that way, because I knew I was going to play house, right? Yeah. Right. So I just put Mr. Wendell. And I kind of just had it for that. It was a little fun thing. But then about, I would say maybe 10 years ago, I was inspired by a lot of the music that was coming out, particularly from Anjuna, Above and Beyond.
I love Above and Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
How about Sirens of the Sea? You remember when that came out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was legendary.
Yeah, timeless. Yes. So I was inspired by a lot of that stuff. It kind of, there's a lot of different points of inspiration for house and progressive.
I loved trance back in the day. A.T.B. is what inspired me to get into EDM music.
That's funny. I was playing A.T.B. for Ryan and for Darius.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, in the car.
I love A.T.B. I know all of his albums.
Oh, yeah.
How about Benny Benassi?
Benny Benassi was cool. Yeah. I never got deep into his sound. I was more listening to, around that time, I would say like Afrojack. I loved his stuff. Afrojack
was sick. When Dirty Dutch came, it took over the industry. Oh, yeah. It changed the sound of everything.
Oh, yeah. And
then heavy dubstep like Skrillex came right about the same time after that.
Yeah, right around then. But that big progressive, I was into a lot of the main room progressive.
Like Hardwell,
like Martin Garrix, like Afrojack, like Axwell. Oh, yeah. Yes, was doing some really big stuff. Of course, Swedish House Mafia.
The In Your Mind remix by Axwell.
Right.
That's a really song.
Oh, yeah. And, coming after the progressive, I started hearing a lot of the Anjuna stuff. And that really shifted, what I thought about, let's just call it house music, right? And just that deepness, the purity of the sound, and the emotional draw that it had on it was just really inspiring. And as I continue to see the amount of artists that were creating just amazing music within Juna, I got inspired. Like people like Yato was a big one, and with that, it inspired me to experiment in that space. And Mr. Wendell was kind of reborn in that moment.
Nice. So you got reignited a little bit, the passion.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel that too. And now that, I'm sort of going to start on my music production journey too.
That's right.
You get different inspirations. I'm noticing different times of your life, play different people, different things. And it sort of forms your style and character of what you are, if you're a true artist.
That's right.
So, I'm noticing that. And then now with Cubanoid, which is our new name that you and I came up with.
That's right. In
the middle of production. So shout out to Wendell. Aside from DJing, he's my music mentor and first bass producer teaching me production, Ableton. And we're launching Cubanoid. It's going to be a full feature character, a production, visuals behind it. We got Frankie Genetics. Shout out to Frankie. Is working on it. And we got you and I with the production, as well as people from Sweetwater, coming down to help, and others. So we're going to try to do sort of a full featured team along with the artist, along with visuals, along with the show, to do a sort of Anima Millennium style full feature presentation is sort of our goal.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
So I see they coming together pretty quick. We've already moved weeks and weeks consistently. We're here in the studio again, late night, you and I, consistently putting in the work it takes to be successful. It takes to be a big artist. It takes to be a media company. This is the work that other people don't put in, and that's what's going to separate us from the rest and allow us to put the people that want to put in the work and our professionals and our sweat, hardworking blood, tears, and guts, DJs and artists, a home and a community to really put in the work to be successful.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
Blood, sweat, tears, and patience.
Exactly.
And determination. Never give up.
Never.
That's right.
And keep fighting and fighting and fighting.
That's it.
So that's, where you and I have always seen eye to eye is our vision, our goals, our work ethic, our professionalism, and our intent and our energy. And I notice that when you and I get together every time, it's like magic.
Exactly.
Like magic.
Oh, yeah.
We started, you and I, at the October 1st event officially.
That's right.
As running it, and you saved the date of that event. Thank you very much. And I never forgot that. So with that, we made a pact to really take this to the next level because we both saw the potential that night of what could happen.
Yeah. Since then, it's been moving faster and faster.
It's blowing up. I mean, we got nationwide and international waiting for us. By mid-February, I'll have some things booked internationally for us.
Beautiful.
I mean, that's less than 6 months. We're already international touring. Nationwide, we had a huge deal today. It's premature to announce it fully, but big news coming with the ICC. Huge news, I'm telling you, for the United States of America and all international businesses and media people that want to do business here. And so this is my vision, right? I was talking with Michelle a little bit earlier today, and we were talking, okay, we're going to do event here, the boat, another mansion. We're going to do Meow Wolf. We're going to do a Houston. We're going to do a Miami. We're going to do a New York, maybe hit an Atlanta or a Chicago in between there. And once we have these 10 events, we have our documentary ready. And we're going to produce the documentary from the first event all the way to the final event of this series. It'll be the first docu-series of many. And as long as we can afford to and live and breathe and be able to move, we're going to keep this documentary series up. So what I think is awesome is that throughout this whole journey, besides us as artists, besides other people, we're going to be documenting live for the whole world to see the history of EDM, the culture, the underground, the events, the media, the backdrops, the podcasts, the production, the studio. We're really going to give viewers a full immersive view of what it is to be an artist and in a media company.
That's it.
And I think that's, one of the coolest things that we could do. And I'm really excited to go about doing all that. And once we have this documentary, this is the next and so far final plan till we get onto the bigger plans like we were talking about, is we go to ADE, Amsterdam Dance Event, and we do a Cube World Media Takeover event at ADE with all of our artists from our lineup. And we drone shot it, we videotape it, and we get a really big headliner. Won't name him yet, but someone we've been talking about in the drum and bass scene to be there as our headliner along our side.
That's right.
We pull that off, which we will, and we launch our documentary series as the ADE party. So I'm not sure if it'll be fast enough to happen this year. Might be a little too quick, but for sure for the next year, we'll be there doing that.
That's
so
right.
I'm putting that in the universe, putting in a law of attraction, and one step at a time, but I look forward to getting there with you, T.A.B.U. Mr. Wendell, thank you so much, for everything. And it's been a great episode. I think it's a great start to our podcast. And I really appreciate having you as a guest, a mentor, a friend, and someone to grow our joint visions and help out our community.
Well, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be part of Cubro, and an honor to be part of your journey, as an artist and as you build and grow with media and events.
I love it. Thank you so much. We'll follow up on this soon. Further episodes to come as we progress the story. And I'm excited that now time to jump into some production.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you, guys. You have been watching the Cube World Media Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Maxwell, and this is my good friend, artist, fellow DJ, Wendell, DJ T.A.B.U, and Mr. Wendell, all in one. So thank you, guys. We'll see you soon.
Fire, 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 fire. He said, hold tight, and I'll hold on to you.
pushed in. Pushed in, pushed in.
You
Take me back.
did that, dog.